Ivo, to our viewers. So many of my videos are about creating change within yourselves. I wish to express to you the reasons that this is of such importance. You are part of your world, the composite of souls that make up your collective. Your soul has access to one part of this collective, and that is you, your personality or ego otherwise, and this is the part of the world your soul can influence to create change within your world. You realize that when you create change within yourself, that your entire world changes. You change timelines, you rise in vibrational frequency, and in so doing, you have raised the frequency of the collective along with you. That is why personal change or doing the work is so important. In Sheran's case, and in many others, people change when the pain of staying the same is too great. Pain is a great motivator. In feeling pain, you are going against the laws of the universe, the laws of love, and are being unloving to yourself. Pain is an indicator that another solution must be sought to your problem, and that solution must embody a higher frequency such as forgiveness, love, or compassion for the one or the problem that causes you pain. You cannot create real change without changing your frequency. If you remain in the same frequency range, nothing changes. You create everything that you experience. And there is always a reason. Perhaps the reason is that the person who annoys you is mirroring back part of you to yourself, and that is something that you do not want to see, so you become annoyed with them. If you are annoyed with people who steal, have you ever stolen from anyone? If so, this could be rebalancing of your karma, nothing more. Sometimes people mirror back to you parts of yourself that need to be changed. This is where opposites come in. If you can honestly say, I am not like that, then perhaps this person is showing you a part of yourself that is disempowered and vulnerable, such as perhaps you are naive and are exploitable by narcissists. This has happened to many in empathy, so I bring this up here. There is something you call being too nice, and many of you are too nice because you believe that the world you live in relates to life in the way the other worlds you lived in do. It does not. A completely new skill set must be developed in order to live on Earth for the one who is of higher consciousness. I know many of you are already aware of this. This is what our lessons are about. Learning to live on Earth and learning to express the love you came to give to it, to yourself and to others. This is the way of the Christ and the way of all on the ascension path. You understand that in the fifth dimension, that unconditional love is the way of life. So you are on a path of learning to love within strenuous conditions to learning to love unconditionally. Some took on more extreme learning than others, and this relates to the amount of power you have as a soul. Many things are shown to you or perpetrated upon you, because you are working on learning to forgive, and this is where Sheran is at. She is working on forgiveness of others, and so she has a cast of characters around her she rails at constantly. Forgiveness is the only way through. Beware the ego who asks, who are you to feel you can forgive others? The ego sees forgiveness as one who is in a superior position forgiving another of lower quality. This is not forgiveness, this is arrogance. Forgiveness is truly holding no rancor against the one you have considered to have offended. Rather than offense, see them as one who is showing you how to heal, and you might begin to appreciate them more. When you begin to see that you have a personality affliction and you would like to change it, firstly focus on stopping it. Perhaps you are critical and would like to learn to be more accepting of others as they are, even with perceived flaws. Criticism is a fear-based behavior. You understand that being accepting of others is a more peaceful way of living than always being at odds with others' characters. So when you hear your critic come out to criticize, you tell it to stop. Just say, I know you're there, critic, and you need to stop. Sometimes it will comply, other times it will continue. Beware, because the ego is a trickster, influenced by mind control as well, and it can be persistent. Be more persistent. Tell it to stop. Change your focus to something else. Sing a song and focus on the words. Anything to involve your mind in something that does not involve criticism. Then work on its opposite. Do not, however, judge the people your critic was out to attack. Work on acceptance in other ways. Notice the beautiful weather, the beautiful flowers, and the glorious sunshine. Accept your life now. Change your frequency by raising it. By examining your ego, you automatically position yourself at soul level. The ego does not examine itself, only the soul can. By doing this inner work, you connect with your soul, and in connecting with your soul, you begin to have more multidimensional experiences. Many of you wish to know what your life's purpose is and about your past lives as extraterrestrials. This is how to get that information, to access the soul. The soul holds all this information, not your ego. The more you examine your ego and its flaws, the more connection you will have to soul and will gain the gifts it has to give you. But the work must be done. Understand that when you are persistent enough, you will experience relief from the critic. Why? Because as they say, what you focus on grows. When your intention is to stop your critic from dominating your thoughts and to work on acceptance, you will experience relief because you are powerful. Where you put your energy, you will see change. If you persist in indulging in criticism, however, it will be as if you are being pulled on both arms. Insist with yourself that criticism stop, no matter what your mood. Also, generally, work on raising your frequency. When carrying a higher frequency daily, relief can be found from lower frequency behaviors. However, they will always find a way to insinuate themselves back into your psyche when undealt with, so learning to accept all must be accomplished. Sheran says that light workers have come to Earth to learn to accept the unacceptable. This is part of the task, yes. I agree. What goes on your world right now is an absolute travesty. However, without accepting it as real, no change can be made to better it. Acceptance is key. Acceptance is the road to a peaceful life. Criticism, attacking and verbal violence are the road to emotional hell. All people are a reflection of you. It is as if you live in your own world by yourself, and this world is called your mind. When you see people behaving in a way that you do not agree with, ask if you too ever behave in this way. Then change your behavior and forgive yourself, and watch these problems drop from your mind. People will stop reminding you of what you need to change when you forgive yourself and others for ever being that way. Forgiveness and compassion for life is the only way through the hell that your people propagate upon each other. This continually raises the frequency of the collective. The place to start with is yourself. It is conceivable that everyone around you right now has some characteristic or even an entire personality that you might take issue with. This is your own doing. You will notice in others things you do not like, because you do not like them in yourself, and you may try to distance yourself rather than learn to change yourself, or to accept that you are not perfect. Me, okay, he's talking about me here. Ivo, your experience is typical, my love. Me, I attract all the people I have no respect for. At least in the physical. I have a superintendent who thinks it's his business to tell me to lose weight. I have a neighbor who's a misogynist who puts me down all the time. The other one across the street is a busybody who rats out all the neighbors to city council. Well, at least the demonic with blacked out eyes and the reptilian shapeshifter left. Also the one who's a streetwalker who lived above me and her mother. They moved in with the shapeshifter, after the shapeshifter abandoned her cat. I could make a soap opera out of my life. Ivo, there are many things you are meant to see, to learn about life on Earth, so you have experienced much of the negative side of Western society. You have dated misogynists, you have been date raped, put down by gangs of bullying men, attracted miserable friends who were chronic complainers, and more. You have had to learn to love these people and you were pretty good at finding things about them you did like, although you do not tend to focus on that. And I might add, my love, that you offer them help continuously even though you have these misgivings about them. Me, it feels like a compulsion. Ivo, it is your soul. You came to help and you cannot stop yourself. Me, true. I still want to move. I want my closest neighbor to be a bear. Ivo, and you will get your wish. It is unfortunate that more people do not simply look at the people they meet less personally and simply study them rather than becoming involved with and entangled in their drama. A personal distance is recommended for dealing with people of Earth. Involvement in their affairs is not recommended. Me, yes. True. Ivo, which leads me to my last point, you all have learned to see people on this planet in an unloving way. You were sent here as a light worker to heal the planet, but in fact because of the veil of amnesia you ended up being more like the ones you came to save. The light worker has the strength to do the work to heal themselves, and this is a task all of you must take on. If you do not like a person, they may be showing you part of yourself that you need to forgive or to heal. If you do not like a situation, what is it showing you that you can empower yourself with? If you do not like a job, why do you not like it? What can you learn about yourself from your reaction? If you do not like someone's arrogance, is it because you can be arrogant yourself? Do you realize that arrogance is ego, and that when you are in your ego, you are distanced from your soul? How can you stop being arrogant then? If you do not know, then you can always ask for higher help to be shown to you. Sheran loves the incantation given to her by Morya, who she has grown to love and respect enormously. God grant me the power to accept your love now, the strength to walk the path you ask of me, and the clarity to see your light. Allow me to see you through the illusion that seeks to separate us. Me, I swear by this. It changes my frequency when I recite it. When I'm butt to butt against my ego and I can't see the way out, I say this and I swear it works. Ivo, what El Morya was saying in this incantation is that to see God through the illusion you have learned to perpetrate upon yourself sometimes requires His help. To gain higher understanding, God, in a world of illusion, requires power or a rise in frequency. Connection with God, to help you see the higher path while walking through a lower one, requires His vision, which is the clarity He refers to here. It is a brilliant prayer. Ivo, and for the one viewing this, bringing in God to help you is a good way forward. Say a prayer, recite a decree, or simply pray or ask for His help to guide you, and it will be given. He never says no when you ask for connection. Me, thank you Ivo. Ivo, my love, the light worker has a tough job. Learning to love again in an unloving world. Learning to love the ones who throw verbal stones at them. The way to accomplish this is to stop being like they are and to love them no matter what, to be as your soul. It's the only way through your dilemma.